Yo, what's going on, fellas? Where did I put my? Guess I'll just have to do the stream without them. I can't find my glasses, but hey, no big deal. At least we're here, right, fellas? All right. Hair down, no glasses today. Mustache not fixed. We're gonna see if we can take some trades. So I'm gonna sit here. Looks like my microphone's recording. Hopefully, my camera's working. Everything's going good. I don't have anyone here in the comments. Tell me if my audio is working or not, but it looks like we should be good to go. So what do we have here behind me? We got BTC. I'm going to be taking a look at BTC first. I'm going to see if I can find any opportunities. I'm going to look for a scalp, potentially a day trade or a swing trade. And of course, on the day trade or swing trade, we're probably not going to be able to finish that up in today's segment. So if you're in the Discord, I'll post an update how that trade goes into the Discord server. And as for the scalps, I'm going to try and knock out at least one scalp today, show you guys a little bit of my thought process whenever I'm trying to take a scalp. Now, I've already got a little bit of market structure here worked out for me. Got a whole bunch of shit over here in my object tree that I could put on here and make this chart really, really complicated, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and take a look and see really quickly in the larger picture what some of the structures are that we've been playing. So I can see here we got a falling wedge. Normally what we'd like to see out of a falling wedge is price rebound off the bottom and break out towards the top. Here's where we can expect a pullback and then that continuation. Maybe not so violently upwards like that, but something of that nature. Oh yeah, so let me remove both of those here. But now we can see we've actually fallen down outside of the falling wedge to the downside, which is uncommon, but still possible in any market scenario. Just because something has worked a certain way in the past does not mean it's going to work that way in the future. And that's why we take our guesses based upon them and where we can actually make trades. So it looks like these two lines here are floating in the middle of nowhere for no reason. We're just going to talk about a little bit of the bigger market structure, why we are where we are, and then I'm going to break into that trading range and see how I can actually make a trade. So right here we can see that this is a high point from sort of pennant formation. A sloppy little pennant formation here, but as we can see, here's the flag and then it breaks up. We got a couple more of them here. So the top of this pennant right here, where there was resistance based off of that, at one point whenever price broke 20k, it came up here and created this little high. Once in 2017, I don't really have that information here on Bybit. This is the Bybit chart, but this was about the all-time high right here, 20k. It was like 19,666 I think on Binance. Let me just go to Binance real quick and check. Yeah, I got it over here. So we'll see. 2021 all-time high, 2017 all-time high. Yeah. So there we go. What's this value? 19,666. Okay, just what I had thought. So anyway, we can't see that that was a previous all-time high, but we can see that price definitely got some conflict right here as it broke above previous all-time high. So that was a resistance zone, which was not used as support this time around. It crashed through to the bottom side. And now we're kind of ranging in between that line. Hey, look, got a couple comments now. What's up? We got Diva says hi. Samantha says hello. And she says she has a huge bag in AVAX at 75.666. Will it ever recover? We will take a look at AVAX here. I'll take a look at AVAX and see if I can find an opportunity whenever I get done with Bitcoin. Okay, Samantha? I don't think AVAX is likely to go to zero. It's pretty nice. Just off the top of my head, I don't know too much about it, but it's a pretty nice blockchain and Ethereum competitor. So I think I don't think it will go to zero. But anyway, we're talking about this range right here on Bitcoin. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I'm glad to have you here. So I wasn't just talking to myself. But anyway, now when we look back at this lower level here, we can see that we have some resistance along 12K. And then back here in the Binance chart, we can also see that there was a little bit of a hang up. I'll go back to that Binance chart really quickly. There's a little bit of a hang up right here around 14K, 13.8, 14K. So we can see that price created that high right there before ranging sideways even further. So now coming back to our Bybit chart, we can see why we are playing this range and why we might potentially play some of these ranges down here. So this is what it's looking like where we could end up. The next zone will be right here. We have this zone created by the descending wedge, falling wedge, and by this horizontal or previous all-time high, which was once resistance. So we're going to be looking to use this area support. Now that all that stuff's out of the way and we can see our basic market structure, we can chop this up, like I said, a million different ways. We can always break it up into our fine little trading ranges. But what I'm going to do here is come into the 1 hour. So I'm doing a top-down approach now. And I'm looking to see where my market structure is breaking. So I can see here, this was a nice little wedge. It's a very nice wedge here. The points aren't exactly perfect. I can go ahead and connect those there. So now we're using these two projections. We had that failed outbreak there. Here we have a higher low. Touch twice on this line. We have 3 touches. Well, we're finally getting the breakover. So it looks like there could potentially be some respect along this trend line right here. If we're respecting that trend line, then we're going to continue an upward descent. If we're disrespecting this, that means we're going to come back down and follow this active. Well, it's currently been broken and it's looking for a retest above, but it was the most recent active downtrend line. So now we're going to be looking for the retest because here we are, downtrend line. Here's the breakouts and retest 1. So now it's looking to come up. Did create a new higher high, but it looks like the low is coming back to create an equally low. It's a little bit higher, but I don't know if I exactly call that a higher low, as we still have these price actions that could develop. So if we get another higher high here, if price comes up and creates another higher high, then we're going to be looking to play this uptrend line for a while, maybe get to the downside and play inside this range over here. So we are at a pretty important price or at a pretty important point in price conflict. So we don't know exactly if price is going to respect here or here. So we're going to have to break this up into a little bit of smaller time frame structure in order to get a scalp in. Now for the day trade, we can go ahead and speculate on this however we're going to speculate. We can put a stop loss here if we want to go long. We can put a stop loss here if we want to go short. Just go ahead and talk about both of those options real quick, because I did say we're going to be trying to take a long or a day trade, swing trade position. So if we want to go long here, I think we can easily target that previous swing high, but we need to make sure that our stop loss is at a reasonable point. So we can put our stop loss underneath this line here if we want to be super conservative. If we want to say, hey, you know what? If price comes down here and does this number, breaks, if we get in right here and then price comes down below and doesn't find support along this line, actually breaks below, then we just want to go ahead and get out of the trade, because it's likely price is going to come check here and then maybe all the way back down here for the swing low. So that is how we could take a long position if we wanted to bet that this trend line is going to be respected. If I take this away, we're betting on, if I take that away, we're betting on this coming to life. So let me add that back now. We'll take this one away, and then we're going to bet on this coming to life. So now if we want to take this short position here, we're going to bet that this is a failed outbreak. This is a failed outbreak attempt if we want to go short. And then if you want to be conservative, since we don't have a lot of market structure right here telling us, hey, you know what? Here we had this line to put and adjust a tight stop loss. Here we don't exactly have anywhere to put a tight stop loss. The stop loss in this range, to make sense, would have to be beyond the swing high, because price was just there this morning. So price could very well come back to this region even by the end of the day. In the next few hours, we could see a price move up to here, which would be an easy stop out. If you wanted to raise the stop loss above this swing high, it would make a little more sense with the current market structure, but that would be quite a hefty stop loss, 5%. I mean, it's tolerable if you're looking at a swing on that position, but then again, we have to make sure that we're at least targeting, when we target 1-to-1, our first take profit goal has to at least be the same as the stop loss. That's why I think it's important to find the stop loss first. You don't want to find a take profit target first and then try to force your stop loss to match it. So here, if we're trying to make this at least 1-to-1, we can see that it would be targeting just back to this level of support resistance. And realistically, if that line cannot hold as support, it will likely break below and go a lot further down, here possibly to the recent swing low that we just witnessed, or all the way down into previous price ranging sub 14K. So this could turn into a really big pickup, right? See, at first, our first risk to reward ratio, we're looking at 5%, 1-to-1. But if we are capable of watching this, adjusting our stop losses and trailing this dynamically as price unfolds and develops, we can run into something like this, where we just end up getting a whole bunch of short profits. When that floor was broken, price just kept trading down and down and down and down. So there's been a lot of profit taking from that. And there's a lot of people already in shorts waiting for this breakout to happen again, or this breakdown to happen again. I'm not completely convinced that we're done we're at the end of the bear market, but we're along the bottom line. So if you want to take a short position, I think statistically it's a little bit uglier than the long position. You're asking for a larger stop loss, but I think that this is a more reasonable position because of the current market sentiment. Let me just turn the RSI on really quickly. I wanted to see if we got a divergence here. This looks like a short-term divergence, really short divergence right here. And if I'm just going to measure that, I'll see how long we can play this trade out. So there's our divergence. And from wick to wick here, we have 10 hours. It's not a lot of percent, really. But if we project 10 hours forward, we can see that divergence could expire by 5 p.m. today. That could be a nice little day trade. It pushes this bearish down underneath that little floor structure. So let me zoom in on a smaller time frame, a little bit smaller time frame, see what kind of structures we can make up there. I want to see if I can perfect the entry on this, because I'm pretty convinced I want to go this direction with the trade. All right, let me just go ahead and, yeah, I'm seeing the divergence here on 15 minutes as well. Maybe not exactly the same. It's arguable. We can argue about this. This isn't very clean divergence, but I would say it's definitely divergence. We're getting higher highs. RSI is forming lower highs. It's arguable, but if you want to argue with me, let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be trade 1 of 2. I'm going to hopefully look to take a scalp today. We're setting this up, and again, I don't think it's going to expire by the time this live stream is still on, but I think that we could see some price action into this region. The bearish move could push it down that way, and once we break here or even this floor, you see there's a short-term support floor here. This is being used as support. It's not as strong as the 20K support. It's not as strong as some other supports that we've seen, but this right here is being used as support. So we can see there's an immediate wedge right here. Price is going to break out of this wedge and continue the uptrend. This could arguably be a bull flag. It's a very small flag, or a very small flag staff there. So I'm just going to go ahead and bet on this breaking down. And if I move my entry to where current market price is, it's going to fix my stop loss a lot. So now instead of looking at 1-to-1, we're looking at a pretty good scenario. Now, to get the best possible position, we could wait for a pullback along this line right here. Let me just put that back. But if we risk waiting for that, we run the risk of coming down here, checking, and it finding resistance at a lower point than where we are right now. So I could honestly just go ahead and jump in on this market price. Let me determine how much leverage I'm going to use on this, because this is a pretty nice trade. And I would like to target here, but I think there's going to be a lot of stop outs there, maybe a little pump. It might even pump above this. I feel like the stop loss, people getting stopped out here could, they're shorting, closing the stop loss triggers a buy. If you're closing a short, you're rebuying. So the stop loss could pump this up while other people are also trying to get into the pump. That's a little bit about market psychology there. But our stop loss is a little bit beyond that. Market maker's probably going to liquidity chase this until we get some people stopped out here. But just in case this support floor breaks down, I want to get the best entry. I could wait for that breakdown and then try to target it, but that's going to upset the risk-reward ratio. So let me just punch this into my Dealio real quick, into my exchange. I'll bring this. I'm going to change the screens now. So, hey, crypto, is that deadly? Yes, sir, Ronald is deadly, bro. Welcome, Ronald. So I'm going to move this up here now, and I'll bring this down here. So this is my 3 commas. This is 3 commas. It's not my exchange. I have multiple exchanges here. You can see I got multiple exchanges. 3 commas is a trading platform. So here we can see real summary balance, paper trading balance. I have a paper trading account. I'm not using it. The green one's highlighted. We're on the real summary balance. So we're trading with real funds here. So let me just go here and see. We're going to place I'll set a short position. So with the short position being filled, okay, so with our short stop, I'm going to set my stop loss first. I'm going to work on this entry in just a second because I'm seeing price fluctuate. So I'll set my stop loss first right here on my trading view. I got that value. Oh, am I still in the middle? I need to go to the center. I need to go to the corner. Sorry, guys. All that TA was behind my head. Whoopsie daisy. All right, well, I'm in the corner now, so we'll just keep going. Here I've got my stop loss. Here I've got my take profit goal. So I'm going to put a couple of different take profit goals in here, intermediary. So first I'm putting the stop loss 217, 3.5. You see there, 3.69%. If I come back over here, it's about 3.8, as that's giving us from current market price. So approximate loss is going to be about 300 bucks. We're going to tone that down a bit. I was trading on 50x last time I was here. I'll be using 15x for this. And let me see what 10% of the portfolio looks like. Okay, so we'll go ahead with $3,000. 15% of 3,000. All right, so that's not as terrible. There we go. If we lose this position, we're looking to lose $109. So we're going to set up a couple different take profit targets here. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be targeting some other areas of support and resistance that we have seen horizontally. So here I can see that this is a zone. So why am I setting up multiple TPs even though we said we wanted to go through here, right? Okay, so the way 3 commas works and the way you can trade this on any exchanges, by manually setting multiple TP targets, you know where you can adjust your stop loss. So let's just say, for example, let me get rid of this paintbrush. I'm not sure. Can't remember why I drew that. Oh, it's showing you a breakout. Okay. All right. So let's just say price comes through here. Here's a TP1 goal, and then breaks out here and decides it wants to go up into this region, right? So now you've entered your stop loss territory and you could take a loss on this position. It's highly unnecessary. Whenever you get into a profitable position, you should manually move your stop loss to just above your entry, or you should have a platform like 3 commas that has the tools to automatically move it for you. So by establishing a TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4, I can automatically get my stop loss to adjust to a profitable position without having to monitor it. And you can do this without 3 commas. You can do it manually on your exchange. So let me just go ahead and put up now a couple of, I like to use horizontal rays for this, and I like to make it green because then it tells me the values right there and I can just punch them in. So here for TP1, we'll target the top of this zone, and we'll keep it real tight here by adding a TP2 right here. And then we'll chase down. So if I'm looking at recent market structure, here's an obvious floor break. So I'm going to stay above that floor break right here, right? Because here we're looking at another zone. This is a zone right here, and if I extend that over, we can see where our zone carries out to. So I'm going to add another TP target just before that zone, because there could be a price reaction right there. So we're going to try and get a TP target here. Now remember, if price comes all the way in this direction and then decides it wants to reverse, our stop loss is going to automatically trigger in a profitable position, because once price moves into a profitable position, we should not wait for it to go into a losing position. If it's in profits, move your stop loss to above entry. The only reason we have a stop loss is to prevent excessive loss from our account if price immediately goes in that direction. Once your trade is profitable, move your stop loss to just above your entry. If it goes back, it doesn't mean anything. It means you got out of the position without taking a loss. If it goes back to your entry and you watch it go into the losing zone, you've made a mistake. So please, please, please adjust your stop loss to entry after you get into profits. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3 there. I'll put a 4th goal just on the other side of that. And then we'll just go ahead and use that as 19,898. Well, I don't know. 20K might be a little bit of a... Yeah, no, we'll use it. 20K might be an emotional barrier, but we'll go ahead and use 19. I'll put a trailing TP. So what we are looking at here now, I'm going to move this, and then I'm going to put my take profit targets into the trade. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I put my take profit targets in. Looks like finally we got some viewers here. What's up, guys? I'm just seeing the comments pop up. Let me take a look at who we got here now. Samantha says, do you use ATR for stop loss? No, I do not use ATR for stop loss. I've seen people using it, but me personally, I do not use it. I like to count for market structure. I've seen someone say, oh, you take the average true range and then you deduct that from where you think you're going to use your stop loss at the swing low, and then you're going to get the actual stop loss. Hey, man, if that works for you, it works for you, but that is not how I do it. Classic Whale says, let's do Doge or XRP, bro. Classic Whale, I'll try to fit in Doge or XRP, but we did have Samantha talking about AVEX. So we'll see if I can take a quick look at all three of them for you. But I do want to get in one more scalp. So, or at least one scalp. We're talking about this trade right now. I do want to get in a scalp. White Tamila says, greetings. Hope you had a lovely day. Yeah, it's been so far so good. 1:21 in the afternoon here, 13:21. So far so good. And Samantha says, I need some help with setting the alerts for SAR indicator first bottom dot. Can you help me? Samantha, I sure can. However, I don't know if I'll have time to do it in this live stream. If you're in our Discord server, just pop on in there and ask me your questions. That way I'll be able to give you a chance to help you with it. Here on the live stream, on today's live stream, I just wanted to dedicate this stream to trying taking some live trades. I like to mix up trading sessions with all the stuff I do. So I do have Q&A planned where I'll be more than happy to show you on the live stream. But if you can't wait that long, just drop in the Discord server and I'll give you a hint. So now, looks like I've caught up with comments. Thank you guys for making comments. Thank you guys for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my TP1s now. So remember, these are my TP targets now. I'm basically just going to fill this information. And it looks like it's already dropping in. So fuck, I should go ahead and create this trade because I've already fucked up my entry now because it's already dropping. So I'm going to create the trade and then go back to edit it because I did not get my TP goals in there. So fucking price just started dropping and I would have already been in profits. Already on the way to TP1. Son of a bitch. Sorry guys. Yeah, that's what happens whenever, that's why I want to pay attention to the stream so I can get this stuff in. Because time is money here. So the first TP goal now is only 0.31% away. Now here, this is quite controversial for a lot of people. Some people are going to say, hey, I want to take out, the majority of my profits right here at this level. I want to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I'm taking out 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. I don't agree with that because by the time you get to your last take profit goal, you already cleared most of the money that you've entered the trade with. So I like to set as little percent as possible. Depending upon what asset I'm trading, there might be a minimum exchange fee. So if I slide this down here, I'll see that even at 1%, I'm covering it on BTC. So let me just go ahead and move that to 3%. 2% is fine. $59. Right here, I'm seeing $59. So that's going to be the order. That's going to be how much is played or taken out at each level. So the only reason I'm putting such a small amount of funds into this position or into the take profit targets is because I want the most of my bag to get to the bottom and take profits on a large portion of it. The only reason I'm using this is so that automatically my stop loss is adjusted because I can go right here, move to break even, but I have to have multiple take profit targets for that. And as each take profit target is achieved, it'll move to break even. So there's TP1. I'm going to set up 20726.5. And then we'll do that again. And now here you can see I can move to break even. So now every time we knock out one of these TP goals, stop loss is automatically going to move to that TP goal. So now I'm going to go ahead and looks like I've got my third TP here, 20476. All right, so we're going to add that TP target. And then I've got 202275. 0.5, and then we have our final TP target of 19898. 19898. Okay, now, so I'm going to go ahead and set up, there we go, the rest of the volume there. So now we're taking a small percentage out at each take profit target, and as price progresses through my take profit goals, we're going to move this stop loss, but the very first time TP1 is achieved, we're going to go back to entry. When TP2 is achieved, the stop loss is going to move to TP1. When TP3 is achieved, the stop loss is going to move to TP2. So no matter where price reverses, I am going to pull all the funds out at one of these take profit goals, so long as one of them is passed. All right, so let me just go ahead and save the changes there. And at this point, it looks like we're risking $138 for, well, I moved that to break even. So it looks like $138 for a $125 loss. That's what we're wagering if we go straight to stop loss. It's a little over 1-to-1. So we'll just go ahead and save that. There we go. And now we can see my position's been updated and it's already pulled up a little bit. That's not where I wanted to get in. I should have gotten in whenever I started on my talking, but it's whatever. So we'll keep that one open. That's going to be our little day trade, swing trade that we're going to monitor. And I don't think this trade here that we've just plotted, I don't think this one's going to finish on today's stream. I'll have to update you with the results on this trade in the Discord because this is probably going to take some while to play out. Maybe 5 hours we could see that push. I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to stream for 5 hours today. So we're going to start looking for our next trade. Now I would like to try and scalp up on BTC, but we do have some altcoin suggestions here. So I will throw this into another window so I can monitor it, and I'll bring a new trading view window here. So let me move this back up. And here we have a new trading view window. So AVAX was the first one up there. Let me just take a look at AVAX really quick. I don't know which of these altcoins I'm going to take a trade in. I'm just going to take a look at them for you guys since they were suggested, and we'll see what we can trade. Litecoin, I don't know, man. Litecoin and Dodge depends on what their depends on what the volume looks like. They've been pretty low on the scalpings. Oh, nice. So it looks like there's some stuff over there from another trade. Cool. Let me just trying to see where I'm at with AVAX here. All right. Okay, nice. Sweet. All right, so I got all the T8 done for you on this one, Samantha. It looks like we're already, I've got this pretty well figured out. One thing I could add here is another downtrend line. I'll adjust this one because this one's clearly broken. Let me just move that in there, and then we'll put a new one here. Let me make that solid because this is alive and well. This is very active. It's the active resistance structure for dynamic resistance. It's the larger picture, and we probably even could put one right here. And if we're using that one, it looks like it's trying to break above now. So here within all this mess, we can see that, wow, AVAX climbed up all the way to 146. Now, you have to have some type of belief that AVAX is going to outperform some of the other. I mean, it's competing against blockchains. For Ethereum, for one, is already well established. It has lots of foot traffic. Many people want to build on Ethereum. I don't know too much about Algorand or AVAX. I know they are not side chains. They're competing with Ethereum. They do all. They want to execute smart contracts just like Ethereum. Cardano is also another one that is competing with Ethereum. So if you're holding a bag of AVAX, not just for Samantha, but for anybody out there, if you're holding a bag of AVAX, you have to have a belief that it's going to be one of the dominating blockchains in the future. Let me just put this back into perspective, or just a reference. If we're talking about General Motor companies, GMC, in the early 1900s, we knew automobiles were going to be the future, but we didn't know which company was going to perform the best, who was going to be here 100 years later, who was going to make the cheapest cars, the bestest cars, the fastest cars, all that good shit. We didn't know, right? Ford and Dodge, I don't know of any other brands that old, pre-1920, who are still in manufacturing today. But there were a lot of car brands that existed. A lot of people invested in a lot of different, car brands. And Ford and Dodge are the only two who made it overall over the past century. So we're kind of looking into a similar situation here with cryptocurrency. We can leave Bitcoin out of this equation completely. Bitcoin is its own asset class. It's very unique, and it's replacing something. It's replacing money. So Bitcoin is very unique. We can leave it out of these comparisons. But whenever we think about a decentralized future, when we're putting things on blockchain and we're interacting with each other and truly accessing Web3, I think there are going to be a lot of chains that are successful and that will be used in the future. I don't think there's going to be like, oh, every other crypto disappears and, ETH is the winner, so everything else has to die. I don't think that's the way it's going to be. But I definitely think that some altcoins can perform subpar compared to other altcoins. AVAX, I don't think, is one of those coins. I mean, here, going back to all-time high would be great for this coin, even from this current price. But is it likely? I don't know. We'll have to wait for quite some time for this to play out. As it stands, it seems as though the floor is raising with each pullback. Here we have, an extreme run up here, and then we have a higher low, higher high, higher low. So on the larger picture, this looks like it's growing fine. There's a big, huge pullback here, but everything is down about fucking 70 to 90%, really. Some things down 95%. A lot of these altcoins will not recover, period. AVAX, I don't know enough about. I've never read the white page of it. I've only traded it. I'm not a believer of AVAX. If I had to talk about it based on a technical standpoint, I think we could come back to about $9.75, $9.40 where this is here, as it has been used as support in the past. And we're very close to it. So it's not impossible for us to see price go into that range. And then when we get in here, you know, check some of this off here. But for anybody out there who's still holding on to a bag, I mean, it comes down to two things. Can you survive holding on to that bag? Do you need those? Do you need the funds in there for real world living, right? Because if not, you can wait out almost any bad investment as long as it's a spot investment. So if you're over invested and you need to pull some of the money out for a living, man, I would hate to recommend you to do so on such an extensive loss. But I would also hate to recommend you hold on to something without conviction or belief that it's going to return to its all-time high prices. So that being said about AVAX, let me jump into the 1 minute real quick, see what the volatility is like, see if we can place any trades on this here. Oh, I'm on Binance. Let me go to Bybit real quick because that is where I will be trading. So when you're looking to trade an asset, you need to make sure that you are looking at the right exchange. Yeah, so the volume here isn't too bad. It's not too good either. Not completely illiquid, so we'll leave AVAX on the back burner. We might be able to do something with it. I'll take a look at the comments now. Let me take a drink of water, take a look at the comments. We'll see what other altcoins we got. Thanks, Ronald, for commenting on my background there. Samantha says, can she email me? Samantha, my email is on YouTube, my business email. And like I said, we also have the Discord. If you have a Discord, you can jump in the Discord and we can talk in the Discord as well. So yeah, email me or join in the Discord. Should be in the video description. My hand in the camera. Yeah, should be in the video description. And Ronald says, you love that example. Not really sure what example there, buddy. Yeah, not really sure what example there. Sorry, Ronald. I don't quite understand. But we'll go ahead and take a look at Doge and XRP. Classic Whale. Don't know if you're still here, Classic Whale, but this is your request. So we'll take a look. Oh, he didn't say LTC. He said XRP. We'll take a look at Doge and XRP really quickly. See what we can get figured out. All right, so this is my Binance chart. As you can see, I've kind of left Dogecoin alone for quite a while here. Man, that's an extensive peak. That doesn't do me any good. That doesn't do me any good. Yeah, so for Dogecoin's values here, I mean, we could at least see technical analysis on Dogecoin. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a tricky fucking situation because you never know. I mean, I think some of that power is worn off. Elon Musk was doing all this tweeting stuff, manipulating the price of Dogecoin. Obviously, he did a really good job. And I want to say that we can use some TA around Dogecoin, but let's not be too confident in our TA because Dogecoin doesn't follow the rules. Dogecoin plays by its own. Can't really even connect anything on here. Like, it doesn't follow really any sort of structure at this moment. I mean, I'll force it. I'll force this right here. That's super ugly, but I'll force it. I mean, yeah, some of these structures are just downright broken, so that way it broke out. I mean, I guess we can try to work this in here, but this looks ugly as hell. Gosh, this looks so gross. I mean, I don't know. I don't like any of this structure. Let me try this. If I cut through this wick right here, we can get like a descending channel. If I completely ignore this wick, but I don't really like to do that. I mean, if I were to do it like that, we just have so much open hanging room. And if I were to cut right here, you know, this is a hard cut too. It's like, boom, it's immediately falling down, then it's broken over. So this is tough. This is some tough market structure all the way around on the day. Let me just jump. I'm just going to skip the 4 hour. Let me see what I can find on the 1H. Well, it's quite scary here. There's a little bit of scary market structure. We got a nice little curving floor. It could screen parabolic in just a few moments, actually. Looks nice. Yeah, this is the ugly structure, bro. Sorry. I'm not gonna try and trade this today. This looks disgusting. I'm trying to make something out of it here, but I can't for the life of me. Maybe we have a rising wedge. Maybe, just maybe. If it falls out right here, then we'll target to the downside. I'll put Doge on the back burner. Keep an eye on Doge too. Yeah, let me see. If this were to be respected, we could see something like that where it breaks out to the bottom and plays in this range. But I don't know. I'm not very comfortable or confident in Doge right now with the current market structure. Looks like at least there's some volatility there. These candles have gotten a little bit better. They were really breaky and spacey. And this is even on Binance. Take a look at Bybit really quick. Just really quick for shits and giggles. Yeah, see, liquidity is way different. The volume, anyway. How much is being traded? Yeah, a little sketch, bro. I'll leave it open, but I don't know. I didn't really like it too much. We'll check out XRP. Doge can be very dumpy and pumpy, and I don't want to be involved in the dump. Let me see if I got some XRP. No, I charted that. Right, so let's see what we got here on the daily. You holding a big bag of XRP? Hey, it looks like we got some more viewers and commenters now. I'm seeing some more comments. What's up, fellas? Oh, you love that example, Ford cars. Yeah, man. I mean, it's very easy to relate to. It's very easy to put into perspective. A lot of people, I mean, we can talk about the .com bubble and people who thought that they owned websites were going to be successful just because they had a website, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to relate to that. You know, it doesn't. It's goes right over their head sometimes whenever I use that example. A very easy to understand example is trying to bet on the car company that's going to emerge. That was a defiant emerging technology of the time. People transitioning from horseback to something, you know, where they have the horses pulling wagons. We're going from wagon trains to actually having a self-propelled vehicle. That's very huge. That's life-changing. Changed the entire future of everything. So that's a very good example and why I like to use it a lot. Trent says, thanks so much for the deep dive on AVAX TA. You're welcome. Jacob Pena says, force it. Jacob, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. I forgot to block you on here, that's why. Johnny H says, hello, Edward buddy. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Johnny, we're doing just fine, man. Hopefully if I don't get my ass ate on that Bitcoin trade I took earlier, it's back to the entry I wanted, which puts me at a loss right now. But we'll see how it goes. And we still got one more scalp to look for, so I'm going to try and find a scalp here. Let's see what XRP, I think that's all the comments there now, so yeah. All right, that's how we're going to be, that's how we're going to be on Dogecoin. So now let me take a look at XRP. I'm just going to go ahead and extend this. And wow, so let me talk about that. So it looks like I stopped paying attention to XRP somewhere around this region. And if I'm just going to extend this here, we can see it's not broken. That downtrend line is very, very nice and not broken. So here we had one that was breached. You can see this point came from these two here. This was breached. Now it looks like we're playing it again, as well as this support floor here from way back once upon a time, 2018 to 2019. Something I want to say about XRP is this coin's so fucked. I mean, the technology behind it is really nice. You know, you can send money quickly, cheaply. The banks love it. But I mean, this thing's been around for a long time. I think over 10 years now. I don't know. I don't remember when they launched their blockchain, but it's been around for a long time. I think the better part of 10 years. And looking at the price action history, I mean, you can talk about those little spikes where, oh, XRP went to $3,000 one time. But you look at the price action on the chart, this coin has never been able to sustain above $1. So I don't know what that tells you about the future. If you want to go in on this for the long term, I definitely would not be trying to accumulate XRP for the long term. Think I'm going to get super fucking rich. It's probably just not going to happen. I mean, if you want to hold XRP, if you believe it will be what all the banks use one day, then hey, more power to you. But if you want to make real money, I would suggest you invest in Bitcoin. So now we're going to take a look here. We see the low is 1013. Let me just adjust that to 1013. Pretty close. All right, so there we go there. All right, and then when we come into the end of this here, you can see that on the daily time frame, pushing some type of divergence here on XRP. I don't think this is evident in some of the other cryptos. We probably could find it, but usually if we're looking at bullish divergence on something like BTC, it's evident in a lot of other cryptocurrencies. Here we can see this is a nice bullish divergence here. It's got that little wick up. So that wick is experiencing rejection now from appeared to be this active downtrend line. And I'm looking to see if there's bearish divergence here. That we could argue about this as well. These are the RSI here has created stagnant highs that is along the same price point while this is creating lower highs. So that we could argue about that being bearish divergence. For the sake of not arguing, I will just go ahead and call it bearish dive and say that the bearish divergence happened before the bullish divergence. So the bullish divergence puts an end to the bearish, and based upon this time frame here, from wick to wick, we'll use that actual point on the RSI for this wick here, and that's going to be 33 days, 14%. So we already made that 14% move. As far as percentage is concerned, that move's expired. But we still have, remember, this is, make sure I get perfect on that wick there, 32 days. So we'll go ahead and look at here 32 days. So we have July 15th. That is where this divergence could expire. So we could be looking for an expiration of the divergence by here. And remember, percentage-wise, it's already expired. So we need to be cautious of further downside movements off of this active downtrend line. But if it gets broken, we could see this carry out for quite a few more days. Looks like the range has 21 days left. That's 3 weeks. That's a lot of good trading. We're going to jump into the 4-hour chart now. Babe, I don't know if you're watching this still or not. I can see you are blowing up my phone, but I cannot reply to you right now. I'll reply to you after the live stream. All right, so here's that nasty rejection from the 4-hour time. Just clean these up a bit. You can see here. How precise was that rejection, truly? It didn't exactly make it. If we're projecting from just these 2 wicks, yeah, maybe it did. Let's see if I can tighten that up just a little more. All right, so we're projecting from these 2 wicks. These two fell just shy, and that one fell a little bit shy. And here on the 4-hour, wow, the RSI is already overbought. Now, we could see this, I've seen in the past where the RSI trends in the oversold region, and it hasn't happened for quite a while, it would seem. Here's a small example. But yeah, we don't really have much of that oversold hype happening, where price trends in that region for a long time. I guess this is an okay example where price looks oversold, and then instead of resetting, it just trends in the overbought region. When price looks overbought here, instead of trending all the way back down, it continues to trend in an overbought region, and that's where we get those really nice pumps. Whenever price is trending in an overbought region and people want to keep buying, that's when it starts pumping. So we need to be cautious of that right here. You know, anything is possible. Just because we pierced up and coming back down doesn't mean we're already going back down to the end of the hole here. It just means that we need to be cautious of a couple certain key points of levels, like here for one. If price cannot confirm support above this, and we can make that a zone. That would look better as a local zone. So if price cannot confirm support above this zone here, right? She breaks back down into this region. She breaks back down into this region here, finds support, and doesn't come up, she breaks down. That's possible. What we're looking for is some type of confirmation of support right here, and then another knock on this door, breakout, retest, and upward swing. That's what will be painted by this bullish divergence here. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, and I don't see any bearish divergence off these wicks or even these wicks here. So we just need to keep our eye on this. And then even from that point there, we have another sign of bullish divergence even after the fact. So yeah, from here to here is also bullish divergence. So keep an eye on it on XRP here if you want to try and trade this little range here. This is a nice range that it's coming to. This is going to end up creating a descending wedge. I use this for divergence, but it is actually connecting the points. And if we extend it, looks like it could be some type, well, more like a parallel descending channel. Doesn't look like it's going to wedge into each other. I mean, if this went on forever, they would ultimately intersect, but price is probably not going to stay lodged in this wedge for that long. So let me look into a smaller time frame now and see if we can make a trade on here. Go into the 15-minute time frame. Oh, that looks great. I wish I could have seen this. That looks nice. Okay, so we broke through that floor. This looked like it was going to be a bull flag. It was a short-term bull flag. Oops. Here we can see little bull flag here. Breaks out. Cleared the previous swing high. That was up. What was that? How much percent was that? 1%? Nice. All right, so now here we are. Pretty bad market structure. Nothing like this trade cheat sheet that I would like to work from. You pull that up for us real quick. I got that handy. Yeah, so we got this bad boy right here. See, so that wedge that we were talking about, that bull flag, that was right here. That was a bullish pennant. So we can make a guess off of that very easily because we know what's going to happen based upon the past. We have an idea of what's going to happen. We don't know. We can't see the future. But that's how we could bet on that because we have this chart and we know how things perform in the past, how they can potentially play out in the future. So with that being said here, I don't see any obvious market structure based upon this that I could bet on. All I can see here, and most of my charts do end up looking like this. Dynamic support and resistance. That's honestly how I trade. Majority of my trades are taken from either divergence signals or support and dynamic support and resistance. Wedge pattern. So if I do this right here, for example, let me just say I don't have this. And all these trend lines I point is like, oh, all you do is connect highs and lows. Well, yeah, that's really all the fucking game is. That's all it is. Connect these highs and lows. So here we can see this was from the bear flag. I put that up just a little bit to connect that low, actually. Here's from the bear flag. Here was the breakout. Rejection from there. Broke below this floor, respecting the dynamic resistance. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple. And I do this shit all the time, but it works. That's why I do it all the time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let me try and clone this here, see what our spread is on this channel, if we even have one. Yeah, that's not good there. It's not perfect. All right, so I'm going to tighten up this zone here to the top of that wick, bottom of this wick, and the top of that. So we're seeing now price touching that zone. If it breaks out above, this is pretty easy money. Let me see what this spread is. 1%. Okay, so that's not terrible. So if we want to bet on this breaking out of that wedge, we can do this here. Man, this is a little bit off from a scalp with 1% TP targets, but lining this up here, let me see. I'm gonna leave it open to the side like this. We're not really gonna try and stay in this position for 19 hours. But whenever I start hovering over the candlesticks, this shit's going to keep popping up, and it's really going to upset me whenever I'm trying to make observations. So I'm just going to pull it over to the side and jump into a smaller time frame. I'm going to take a look at the 5 minutes real quick. No new comments? Awesome. All right, guys, drop the comments whenever you have them, questions, whatever you got, and I'll take a look at them. Shit. Looks like she might be going up. Oh, but it looks like we could be getting bearish dive. So bearish dive, it looks like we're forming bearish divergence right here, right now. And that would be a short call. That would be a call for a short, not a long. Oh, man. Cushy corporate job at Apple now. BTC dipping. I buy more. Nice. All right. Well, fuck. Since you're still here, I guess I'll unblock you. Hit me up after the damn stream. I'll hit you up after the damn stream. Fuck you. I hate you. But anyway. Storage. Ronald says storage. All right, Ronald. Storage has been really pumping lately, really popping off. But let me finish what I got going on here on XRP, and then we can get to storage. I want to see if I can take this trade here. If it breaks the button out, normally while we're trading this wedge, let me talk about this wedge real quick. This is a little bit of a forced structure. But here when we see a falling wedge, and it can enter from, price can come from up or down. We have some of these patterns here where if price comes from upside or downside, it really affects the pattern. But here we can see that it doesn't matter where this comes from. So we have a falling wedge structure here, and we want to try and play inside the wedge until it breaks out. So that's why it looks like I have a long here. It's like, yo, Deadly, why are you going to try and long that? I mean, obviously we have this market structure. Why the fuck would you long that, bro? Well, if price breaks down to the bottom of this wedge, I'm out. If price breaks below the swing low, I'm out. And if price breaks above this wedge, I got a huge ride up to that swing high. It looks like I should have already gotten in this damn trade. I butted it up right there, and we'll see if it starts being real aggressive because I don't want that bearish divergence to bite me in the ass. That really does look like bearish divergence. Let me see if I can find a picture of. I don't have that handy. Sorry, all I have was my chart patterns handy, but that looks like bearish divergence to me. So I'm gonna wait to see how that develops. Got the 5-minute time frame here. Let me just jump into the 1 minute really quickly. See what I can get. Oh yeah. That looks overbought. She's probably gonna dump back down to the bottom. So I mean, you do want to trade the channel until it's broken, and I'm pre-speculating on it breaking out at this point. Here we don't have divergence. Here we don't have divergence. Here there is divergence. See, this is creating a higher high. This is creating a lower high. So it's quite possible we could experience bearish moves. So I might just change my mind and short this, seeing how it treats right here. See how it treats right here. Going to clone this. Popped up outside. So I'll just drag it in. Looks like I could touch that wick, that wick. It's a good entry region for a short right here. Good entry region for a short. If there is rejection right here, I'll wait for it to see how. I'll just clone this one too. And there's really not as much downside support. So yeah, that'll be a TP right there because it definitely touches there. Missed that touch there. But that's already extending it very wide. So I'll leave that like that there. And let me see how I can short this. Bubba, boom. So here now, I like trading wedges like this formations because you don't have to play swing highs. If you're using different tools and indicators to trade, you don't have to play swing high. You can be a little bit more conservative in your stop loss. And here, this is less than 0.5% stop loss for, even back to right there, I can say back to the top of this box here is 1%. So that's 1 to 2 already. That's a good trade. We're looking at a good trade here if it finds that rejection, if it spills out. So I'm just I think I should be aggressive. So that way I definitely want to entertain you fellas. I'm going to try and be aggressive. I don't want it to pump out of the woodworks on me, but I think it's getting ready to dump here, and that's really going to make my risk reward look better. I'm getting in really good there now. But if I was in this long though, where I initially set it up, we'd already be in some profits there. All right, let's see if that'll catch. We'll come back to the 5. That's divergence for sure. Man, that's some good divergence. When is that 5-minute candle in? 1 minute and 32 seconds. All right. Be a little aggressive. If I am wrong here, don't hit me for it. You're more than welcome to unsubscribe. But if you unsubscribe, you're a little hater. And you know what? You can unsubscribe. I don't care. I'm going to try and take this short here. Looks like we are seeing that bearish divergence. And I'm going to be aggressive on it. All right. So I'm just going to go 15x, another 3K, 3,000 down on that. Stop loss. Probably gonna have to work with the stop loss. Oh, that's really tight. I'll just keep it right where it is. Fuck it. If it breaks outside of this, remember, if it breaks outside of this right here, it's shooting up, and we don't want to be involved in the trade. This little dealio right here would tell us to wait for the outbreak and trade that outbreak there. But like I said, I'm just going to try and be aggressive, see if it'll go back down. Ron said I took it. Let's see. Right, so there we go. I'm in my short. Now I'm just going to, I just jumped in really quickly because if you're watching at that, the trade I took at the beginning of this stream, my Bitcoin trade, I lost out on my entry because I waited too long. So I got a bad entry and it ended up coming back around for me. So here I got 3588. That's a really tight stop loss. If it gets hit, it gets hit. 3588. 0.33%. And then TP1, I'll just go ahead and fill here. TP1, 3568. 568 and TP targets. And oh wait, is that creating a trade? I need to edit. I apologize. There we go. Okay, so now I'm here 3588. Okay, so we're risking $12 loss. Too bad. Or let me see, here is 3566. And remember, I'm just going to try and take out as little take profit targets for each one. So let me put add TP, and I can probably put this back down to 2%. 2%, that's what it's going to be. So adding that there, and then let me see where I can put TP1 was right there. TP2, I'll put just above this. 3555. Same thing, and TP target. Then we'll go here. I'll just do 3534 because that's what the goal says there. And then, okay, yeah. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of the funds in that. So $2,878. We'll go ahead and take that out if it reaches 3534. I'm gonna go ahead and move to break even again, and I'll keep an eye on this position. Before I set that up here, we're risking $12. The other one was $100. It was about $100 for $100. This one's $12 loss for $31 gain. So it's a really good risk to reward ratio if it works out in my favor. It's gonna go ahead and save the chain. Oh, move to break even. So remember, our stop loss is gonna automatically adjust. Break even there. There we go. It says we're at a profit, but we have to pay for exchange fees. So it's fucking $3 down. But all good in the hood. I'll move that to 1 minute so I can keep an eye on it on this one. And then I'll move this. Where did my trading view chart go? Okay. All right, let me move this back up here now. Okay. All right, so this long, we're not going with the long. We're going to go ahead and ride with this short here, see how it happens. All right, so I'm in a scalp. Let me move this up here as well so I can keep an eye on this. Fuck, that BTC trade is not going good. We're going to hope it gets, it finds resistance along that downtrend line I painted. So I got XRP. I got 2 trades. One we're looking to ride out for a few hours, trying to play that BTC breakdown. And then XRP, we're just looking at a quick scalp here. If it breaks over that rising, that falling wedge, then we bet wrong, and we should have bet long for that falling wedge, or to break out of that falling wedge. But with the way that bearish divergence is set up, I don't think it's going to pop above that. If it does, you know, shoot me in the ass. I'm sorry I lost your money if you took that trade with me. So let me see. I'm gonna take a drink of some water. See what we got here. Ananya, what's up, bro? How's the weather? Man, it's hot, bro. It is too hot. Way too hot here, bro. It's been like. Let me check the weather right now. Let me check the weather right now. Fuck, bro. We had a week last week. It was 100 degrees all week. Look at this. Look at this. It's 98 degrees right now. My green screen's kind of messing it up. It is 98 degrees right now in Austin, Texas. At 3 p.m. today, it's going to be 100 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. 100 degrees. A high today of 102. And a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. This isn't Celsius. I'm in America. We use Fahrenheit. I don't know how much Celsius that is. What's 98 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius? 98 Fahrenheit to Celsius. There we go. 36.66 degrees Celsius for all you foreigners. I guess y'all are localers to your place, but you're foreigners to me. Yeah. It's hot. It's hot, Ananya. It's hot. My poor AC is working overtime. Ronald says he took it. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Fuck. And we got stopped out. There's the pump up. Yep. Stopped out immediately. God damn it. Stopped out immediately. Son of a bitch. She's pumping already. Look. There he goes. We should have listened to the pattern. There it is. I'm not going to try and chase this. That bearish divergence is just too scary for me. We should have went with the long outbreak. That was our first idea, but we didn't go with it. Took a losing trade. I'm not going to try and chase this. I would want to try and play that outbreak, because that is literally what our chart tells us to do. I already closed that now. It's literally what our chart tells us to do, but I'm not going to break it because, or I'm not going to chase it because we have that bearish divergence there, man. I can't sit with that there. I can't consciously take a long against that because I'm a divergence trader, and that would be my signal to go short. Oh, there it is. Here. Perfect. So this thing, after stopping us out, is probably going to reverse into a profitable direction, but all good. We still have our BTC trade we're waiting on. So fucking XRP. Should have waited for a better entry for that short. I'm really convinced that short's going to play out. I did not want to take that long. Even though that's what Mother Mary told us we should have done. I'm pretty sure it's going to fall back into that range in just a little bit. But you know what? Win some, you lose some, I guess. I hate losing, but it is what it is. Let me take a drink of this water now. Tight stop loss cost me $14.51. No good, no good. Let me see here. What we got now? Israel Delavon says, what exchange do you use to leverage? Right now, I'm on Bybit for leverage. I don't really trade any other exchanges with leverage simply because they require KYC, and I don't want to KYC. I've heard good things about FTX. I've heard good and bad things about Binance. I used to use Binance personally, but then they cracked down on their KYC, or they used to allow API keys for unverified users, and I was an unverified user living in the States. I cannot get verified with Binance, so I had to quit using it. A lot of liquidity on Binance. It's not bad. I use Bybit though. Johnny says, I miss so many entries due to being so slow. Yeah, man, whenever you're trying to scalp, that shit's important. You gotta think quick, you gotta act quick. I definitely want to make up for the loss. I don't want to lose, or I don't want to end the stream on a loss, but I'm not going to try and chase that trade immediately. I'm definitely not going to try and chase that trade with that bearish divergence there. It looks tough. It's a tough divergence. All right, so I'll take a look at Dodge and AVAX and see if we got something in there, but I'm not going to try and chase anything. I'm already a little upset with that loss, and I definitely don't want to be an emotional trader. I tell you guys all the time we need to leave our emotions out of trading. So I'm definitely trying to fucking entertain you guys by forcing some of this shit. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to try and force anything else today. Let me browse around, see what I can figure out. And if you guys have any other altcoin suggestions for me to look at, I'll take a look at them and see if we can find something. Maybe something's going to be screaming out at me. I really do want to try and play that XRP bearish divergence, but I don't want to be the fool who's chasing that trade and it doesn't fucking work out. See, now it looks like it's finally coming back to the downside, but I don't know. I might still try to short XRP. I might have just got a bad entry there, but we'll see. We'll see. That could grinds my gears. Yeah. Did I see what we got there? Storage. That's right. Ronald said storage. All right. Don't revenge trade. I know. I'm trying to. I don't want to end up revenge trading. Take a look at storage, brother. I'll go ahead and take a look at what we got. Oh, let me just pull up the chart first. Storage. That has been popping. Gotta have some balls of steel to trade that. Oh, nice. Oh, this looks great. This looks great. Thank you for this. This looks great. Nice. All right then. All right. Do I get to make my lunch money back, or am I just gonna get spooked here? All right. Let's see. That is a bull flag. Man, we got some bullish momentum here. Sheesh. I don't know why I'm drawing this. That's already passed. Nice. All right. So this is a little bit of reverse multiple time frame analysis. I jumped right into this to a 5-minute time frame. Let me back up a bit. Eesh. All right, so there we go. Here's a divergence. This is not divergence. These two create a divergence. This creates a bullish. That's somewhat expired. Could have a 3-bar play here. 4 hours, 35 minutes left on that 3-bar. So a 3-bar play would look something like this, where one shoots up, then you have a small one here in the middle, and then you have this large, well, not sloppy, lopsided candle, but then it shoots up like that. So here, for this coin, I would like to see, we got 4 hours, 54 minutes. I would like to see where that closes. And then this is an easy setup right here. So no matter what, we already have a stop loss value, which is going to be the wick of this. And you can look up the 3-bar play. I don't have a video on it because someone else already made a really good video on it, and I didn't feel the need to step on his toes. His video taught me. So go look up the 3-bar play. Here we can see that with this bar, if it's complete, if we're already looking at the next bar, so this one's complete and we're looking at the next bar, we can jump in straight at a market entry and put a stop loss below this swing low, and then target that previous swing high as TP1 and potentially the entire distance of the burst is swing 2. So this is from bottom to top, this was a 52% move. I don't know if that's going to occur again. Like I said, we're already approaching over bottom regions here. And yeah, let me look into 4-hour time frame now. We're going to go ahead and do multiple time frame analysis the right way. So now I'm dropping into it here, and I can see it looks like we've already completed the market cycle. So if you're looking at a market cycle, you either have consolidation, downtrend, or uptrend. Here is a consolidation, here's a downtrend, here's an uptrend. We're going to need, I mean, this is a completion of a market cycle right here. We're going to need something to occur soon, whether it be reversal into a downtrend or into a consolidation. We're going to be looking for one of those things pretty soon. In this structure here, we're looking at this. Let me go ahead and delete these over here really quickly. I should have pressed back whenever I had the chance, but now I'm just going to have to go over here and delete that. All right, so whenever we're talking about a market cycle completion, we have consolidation, downtrend, uptrend, consolidation, or it comes in here, consolidation, uptrend, downtrend, consolidation. So here is the breakout of the consolidation here, and then price travels down. So the market's pushing it down here, and smart money is accumulating these shares for that big push upwards. So they buy in as much as they can for cheap, and then it starts pushing the price into the opposite direction so they can take profits. Looking at this from a larger picture, this is super dangerous. I jumped right into the 5-minute time frame, and it looked like we had a nice little bull flag there. And I would like to play the bull flag how the bull flag is meant to be played. That damn rising wedge got the best of it. And there she goes. She's dumping now. Fuck. So that would have been the best entry. Son of a bitch, dude. All right, back to storage. We're going to focus on storage here. Look into 1H now. Same structure. Let me try and paint this up. Here, let me go back to 4H actually. I want to see where I get some other corresponding values. So I'll paint this trend line from here, connecting these 2 points. And let me see what this radical ass wick looks like over here. And here. All right. So we broke out of that, and it looks like we're soaring really, really high. Wish I could have seen that breakout whenever it first happened. We'd be up 50% pre-leverage, but you know what? Can't win them. So I'll go ahead and connect these points. I'm probably gonna have to clean it up on the 1H. This is super tall right here. This is tall. Let me see what that looks like on the 1H. Alright. This is definitely gonna need to be cleaned up here. Why is that so far? Why did I put that so high up? Alright, let me bump that up against there. Alright. So this is really widely opened up here. This is very aggressive. I don't even think that's a straight line. Look at this. That's opening up curved, then a but we'll try and make it pretty. All right, so here we go. This is not looking so hot on the uptrend channel. So if we're looking at trading an uptrend channel, we want to take longs from the bottom, take shorts from the top until it breaks above or below. Here we can see it's coming back in from that point. So let me just extend this out now, because the price gets rejected again here. It's likely going to follow this trajectory to the bottom of this channel. So move in down to 15 minutes. Let me take a peek at XRP again. And she's fucking dumping. Why she got to do this to me for? Why? I should have took a revenge. Man, why does it have to do this to me? And look, now that green candle's gonna come up. Decisions. All right, coming back to storage. Yeah, that's not divergence. I don't know, this thing might trend in the overbought just a little bit longer before a super hard dump. If you looked at any of if my last stream was shorting the coin pumps, we're getting ready to short this thing. This thing's got a really nasty pump to it. 50%. Damn, we're gonna be looking for short opportunity. Damn. 182% in the last week. In the last 9 days. Where is 7 days ago? 5 days. Yeah, 100% in a week. We're gonna be looking to short this thing. Just being straight up honest with y'all. This thing is super overpumped. It's gonna grossly crash. A lot of people are riding this. A lot of people are trading this. Many people are holding longs, opening profits right now. And if they don't do something quick, that is going to reverse direction. And when they start closing all their longs, it's going to be with a sell order, and that's going to cause a quick market plummet. So it's very, very key to watch some of these levels here and see how they are treated. Now this is a wonderful structure to gamble on. This is, you know, technically a bear flag, or I'm sorry, a bull flag or a bull pennant here. Wonderful structure to guess on. Let's see what the spread is like here. So 4% isn't terrible. If you wanted to go long, I'll say wait for a touch along here. That way, if it touches here and breaks down, you don't have a terrible stop loss. And if you wanted to go short. This is probably your best entry for a short. It's right along that downtrending or descending wedge line. So this is probably the best entry for a short if you wanted to go short on. Do I have the audacity right now after just taking that L? Fuck, and I still should have shorted XRP. What in the fuck? It's right back to entry now. So that's probably the retest for the outbreak continuation. So remember on this little pattern sheet here, where is it at? Yeah, so on this little pattern sheet here, we can see on that falling wedge, on that falling wedge there, breaks out, does a little retest, and hopefully continues outward. So that would be the retest, and that would be a nice entry for a long for somebody, but I don't know. The bearish divergence is there, and my emotions are caught up in this trade, so I don't want to take it. I need to get the fuck off XRP already. Consuming my mind. Yeah, on the 15-minute on storage, about where you want your short entry to be. Here, about overbought. Finally hitting the 1 minute now. There's a nice divergence play. See that? It's clean. We could have taken that for quite some ride. But it's already expired here, and no divergence on the downside. Even targeting from here to here, 2.78%. So this is a lower high. All right, let's see if we can short. Is storage on Bybit? Am I on Bybit? Yeah, I'm on Bybit. Let's see if storage is. Okay. Fucking. Let's go. Oh, I've never traded storage before on here. What? I was just trading it the other day. Why did it set me up like this? All right, cool. So we're gonna short storage. Fuck. All right. So let's see if we put an SL here over 95. Man, that's a huge stop loss, I'm sure. Well, that's not bad. It's bad for a short, or bad for a scalp. I don't know. Trading in the volatility, so I'll make a decision on the fly. But just in case I can't make a decision on the fly for whatever reason, I'll just go ahead and cut it beforehand. But I will set a stop loss. Man, because if it pumps, it's gonna pump fast and violent. Probably be tired. Oh, tough call. 9.5. One, and then our TPs we'll just set up right here. 2 and 3. We'll just use this as 3. So 9260. And this is tough. Hope I don't have two fucking losers on the screen today, but you know, it is what it is. If you're a trader, you know you can't win them all, especially whenever I'm doing piss poor TA like this, all willy-nilly. But hey, it is what it is. This is I'm the one who wanted to be an influencer, so this is what I get. All right. Now let's go 9040 and now. Honestly, I want to get out of this way before then. I'm just gonna try and take some quick profits off this. If I can recoup losses. Why is it doing that? Why did it do that there? No. What did I say here? 9042, I felt like. Is that right? 9042 is way down. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Okay. All right, so if this thing goes into profits, we'll just go ahead and take those damn profits. I already typed that in. Yeah. And the sell is at 9280. Zero profit 040 stop loss 9535. Okay. Stop level. That looks fucking disgusting. Not even 1-to-1. All right, drag that down just a little bit to make it. All right, boom. Fuck yes. We're over TP1. Now this is going to adjust. Thank you. Going to adjust to move to break even. Not going to fucking take another loss today. All right, so here we are. This little bitch ass trade. So it did just say TP1 there, but that literally just changed from TP to SL. So the SL was over here, adjusted to TP1. Fuck, my goodness. So now no matter what, if price reverses direction, I'm gonna get stopped out at TP1 for a profit. So we'll try and chase this now as long as we can. There's $4.85. I lost. No, there's. Damn, I lost $14 on that other trade. So we got to do 15 to break even. Actually, $15 to break even. So I'm not going to try and chase this trade all the way down. But let's see if I can get $15 out of this, make my money back. At least make my money back. Let's see what XRP's doing just for the hell of it. And then after this trade right here, we'll go ahead and call it a wrap. I already got my ass ached on that. And where's my BTC trade? Oh yeah, let's see what my BTC trade is doing. Okay, so not too bad on BTC. Not great. Not great. Here's my BTC trade. Still inside that little wedge. If it breaks over this wedge, I might just panic float. We'll see. But we're still playing that wedge there, so we'll see how it plays within this market structure. I'm gonna keep this one open over here, and I'll keep storage open right here. And then whatever questions, comments you guys have, we'll take them. I already finished that bottle of water, so I gotta drink this one. What you guys got for me, man? What's up? What's up with y'all? Let's see how we're doing. I'm coming back over to the comments now. Leave it for now, dog. Ronald says, "Yo, me $1." Ronald, yeah. Ronald gave us the finder's fee on this one. He said check storage. Who told me to check XRP? Matter of fact, I should charge you for that. Classic Will told me to check XRP. Classic Will. I'm not sure if you're a classic Will or not, man, at this point. Let me see. Israel said, the trend can be your angel or your devil. Man, I always say to trade with the trend because the trend is your friend. The only time I take counter trend trades is if I can see clear divergence, because that signals a reversal. And that is betting against the trend, but usually whenever you bet on a reversal, you run away with a lot more profits if you're successful. Spilled some water there on my mouth. Excuse me for that. And let me see. Ronald says, always a pleasure, sir. Got to sleep now. Cheers and good luck. Hey, thanks, Ronald. Ronald's just gonna put us on game for this money and then dip. Nah, it's all good. It is what it is. So remember, fellas, the stop loss here was hefty. I definitely didn't want to hit it. We could have one of those pump moves very quickly. It pumps up, shoots all to hell. Because this is pretty exhausted for the downtrend, I would say. If that's a corrective move, or if that's a, yeah, a correctionary move, then that up we're all set for that upward propulsion. But seeing as how we might get that rejection from this structure here, just tighten that up a bit. That doesn't look as clean as it can be. There we go. Now it looks clean as it can be. Yeah, so rejection from there might take me back to the bottom of the bull flag, but this is still a bull flag. We need to be very cautious of this breaking towards the upside. I keep closing that pennant formation there, but it tells us to trade a bull flag on a long. So yeah, there we go. There are those little pump up candles. If this thing shoots over that TP1 goal, it's already going to pull us out. Hope it doesn't get that close. It's really not that far. It's like 0.2% away from it, probably. Does not need that big of a move at all. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yes, keep pushing down. Yeah, 0.2 of a move. That's all it needs for us to get stopped out. Of course, that's going to be a profitable stop loss now. The stop loss has already moved to just above entry. So there we go. We're going to... Man, fuck. There it is. That's all she wrote. All right, $2.23 on that one. Oh, for some reason it dropped down to $1.36, 49 cents. All right, couldn't close fast enough. Are you gonna fucking close? Okay, great. Fucking just great. Tried to take a close at market price and it pulled back to 0.05%. So see what I mean with that pump being so damn fast. God damn it. With that pump being so fast right here. See right here, 0.05%. So if we look at this on the chart, go into the 1 minute because that's what we're going to have to look at. So if we look at this on the chart here, we can see there was our sell order was right here, TP1, and the stop loss adjusted to just above entry. But with the way that fucking pump shot, it actually failed to take profits at, let's see where that was. Yeah, so it was adjusted for 0.2% and then ended up finishing at 0.05% because it was a big pump. God damn it, I knew I should have closed it right then and there. But, oh well. Those are the tools of 3 commas, and in a really big pump or really tight parameters like that is what you're going to see. So, you know what? A little upsetting, but it is what it is. I sure would hate to see this continue. I really would hate to see XRP pump. That's just going to really upset me if XRP pump. Or if it dumps. If it pumps, I'm not going to be mad because we got stopped out of that short. But if it dumps, I'm definitely going to be upset. And Dogecoin, yeah, fuck Dogecoin. I don't even want to look at that market structure anymore. All right. Well, hopefully, what was his name? Hopefully Ronald got a couple more out of that, got a couple more pennies out of that trade than I did. But I'm glad I at least got stopped out for there. Just means you could have got a better entry. Now, if you still believe in this position, you could try and recalculate your short entry for a better one to try and write it down. So just, you see how we just got stopped out right there because price is going against our idea now. We can still make an idea about this asset. You watched me leave XRP because I didn't want to get emotionally attached to that position I lost. And here being on stream, I want to put on a good show for you guys. I definitely don't want to lose. But I did not want to chase this position with the wrong idea and end up with even bigger loss. So that's where we're at with that right now. So yeah, good thing. See, like I said, if it pumps, I'm not going to be upset. If it dumps back into this little wedge here, that's where I'm going to be upset. But right now, that looks like a classic outbreak retouch, and a lot of people were betting on that retouch. So hopefully this thing disrespects that bearish divergence there, and I can stop being so upset. All right, and my BTC trade looks like we're poking over that resistance line. I'm not going to panic close. I'll go ahead and hold this one open to see how it performs. Man, for this BTC trade, notice here how there was actually never a moment of profitability. It didn't ever come up towards TP1 for us to adjust. So this is just one of those hard trades that we're going to have to pray it doesn't go over into our stop loss. And as the day unfolds, I'll try to keep a watch on this. I'm going to pay attention to it till about 5 p.m. and make another decision based on then. And I'll share the results of that trade with you in the Discord. So You know what, guys? Sometimes we lose some, sometimes we win some. I really, really fucking hate losing on stream. You know, I can't remember how many losses that is now on stream. It's got to be upwards of at least 6. I know I've lost 4 on stream. So with 2 today, we lost that XRP trade. So the XRP trade we'll say is our losing trade. This fucking storage trade right here ended up with a net loss of 78 cents. So two more losing trades today, and we'll see how that we'll see how that Bitcoin trade goes out. So I'll update you guys in the Discord if you're in the server. If you're not, link for the server is in the description. It's free. I don't charge people to join the server. The server's free to join. So with that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and bid you a farewell. If there's any last closing comments or questions, I'll see what I can get done about them, see if we can answer them. I'll stick around. Yeah, let me take a drink of water, see if you guys have any more comments or questions, and if not, we'll go ahead and call it. Nope, no comments. Yeah, I'm not really sure how many viewers we got here right now, but thanks to everyone who came out. I don't even know if there's anyone here right now. Looks like there should be 8 people here, but not really too sure. Anyway, if you are here watching this live, thanks for coming out, guys. Sorry I couldn't perform better. Pressure was on, man. I always want to perform good for you guys. I always want to put on a good show. I want to try and get in a scalp or 2 for you guys. You know, sometimes the market presents good opportunities, sometimes they don't. Real sorry for my performance today. I'm going to take it personally, and I will try to do better on the next live trading session for you guys, okay? I will schedule another event later on today for next week. I do have a Q&A scheduled for later in July already. So keep up with the events, guys, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks to everyone for coming out. If you didn't come out at the live stream and you're watching this on a recording, if you're watching the recorded version of this, thank you for taking the time to watch the recording, even though it is recording and not live. Toodaloos, fellas. Israel. Israel says his marriage is falling apart and don't know that and don't know what. I'm sorry, Israel. Hopefully your marriage turns out better than my trades today. Toodaloo, guys. I'll try and get them next time. Later.